All right, if you're watching from this part of the video and you're watching the replay, there are timestamps in the comments below. If you are watching live, you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get in here. Boom, boom, boom. 2 more minutes. Give me a couple more seconds to get up in here. If you are joining, go ahead and hit that like button. Can y'all hear me? Let me know in the comments if y'all can hear me. Ten seconds. Okay. Got those all shuffled up. Got all the decks I'm using all shuffled up. What's up, gang? It's your girl Sid from Savvy Sentience, and welcome to this January 2025 general reading. I'll let you know what signs we're reading for in a second. I hope y'all know y'all chart. If you don't, you can go to astro.com and look it up for the free. I'm pretty sure it's in my description box below. But yeah, if y'all are new here, hello and welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. Please make sure to show the things like, share, subscribe. If you have not already, if you're looking for personal readings, you can book at savvysentience.com. That's the only place that you can book. And I will never be in the comments trying to shenaniganize you, scam you, or any of those things for a reading. And I do not have a WhatsApp. So if anyone is approaching you on that type of time, they lying. Why they always lying? All right. So let's go ahead and start with the astro, what we have to look forward to January 2025. We are already a couple of days in. So, okay. So we are in Capricorn season, as y'all already know. And this is where we get real about our goals. This is where we take practical action and make plans towards our aspirations and try to take things from our mind into reality. Okay, this is where we take the time to get organized. This is where we get refocused, because we might have been off track, we might have lost focus, we might have been distracted. This is when we get recentered. I think Hazel is shaking the camera. And this is where we write out our practical plans or create practical plans towards our success. All right. So a few other things that are happening astrologically in January. There is going to be a planetary parade. So Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, they will all be aligned, and this will be visible from Earth in the night sky. Okay. With all of these energies in alignment like that, this is going to amplify the planetary energy in general. Okay, it's thought that this will also influence the collective consciousness and global events. Obviously, in the past couple of weeks, we have really been living in the earthly ghetto. So I'm really interested in seeing how this planetary parade will influence the collective consciousness and the global events. Okay. So let's keep our eyes and ears wide open for January, especially around the 14th when Venus is going to be squaring off with Jupiter, and the 18th when Venus is going to be conjunct Saturn. Okay, so I want to say between the 12th and the 18th, let's pay attention to what's happening in the world, because the way that the planet is going to be set up, the energy is going to be energy. All right. So we also have a full moon on the 12th of January. This full moon is going to take place in the sign of Gemini. Full moon in Gemini is the time when answers come out. Okay. When communication is released. So a lot of the things that have been happening in the world, they have been happening behind closed doors. There's been some sketchy things going on. There has been some deceit, deception, some lies, okay? And I feel like during this month, during January, especially between the 12th and the 18th, some of this shit's going to be revealed, okay? And then lastly, but like not leastly, we have the new moon in Aquarius on the 29th. Now, Aquarius is a sign of innovation, change, social justice, and community. And the new moon is a time when we set our intentions for those type of things, okay? So new moons are also, being that they're new, a time of initiation as well. So I think that we're going to see the beginning of new community, a beginning of a new change in the world. Social justice events are going to be extremely highlighted, and there may be some new movements taking place as it pertains to social justice. And we may just be connecting more with our communicating, advocating more strongly for change. We may be seeing changes in technology as well, and broken systems may be being repaired. There's already some changes happening within the healthcare sector, which was catalyzed by the Mario brother. So we're already kind of seeing that energy. Pluto has been in Aquarius for a little bit of time now, and so that is also having a huge effect on the collective. All right, so that's what we have to look forward to here in January. Let's go ahead and get into the tarot. And let's see who we are reading for today, okay? So, Spirit, speak to me, speak through me. What element are we reading for today? What element are we reading for today? What element are we reading for today? We have the Emperor shooting out. The Emperor is Aries energy. That's fire energy. So I guess we are reading for the fire signs. That is Aries, Sag, and Leo. We're going to do Aries, Leo, Sag in that order. All right. So when I was pre-shuffling, I did see the Four of Swords coming out. Like as I split the deck, I saw the Four of Swords on one side and the Five of Swords on another side. So you may be in a period of reflection. All you fire sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Aries, Leo, and Sag placements. You may be in a period of reflection after, it was actually the Five of Cups. Yeah, so you may have been in a period of reflection after regret, after something regrettable has happened. We also had the Four of Cups, which can indicate a lack of satisfaction. This can indicate apathy with life. And then the Four of Swords also showed up with the Justice card, which means that whatever you have recently lost, whatever you have recently released, have set aside, it was something that had to go down that way. And you may be in your period of reflection realizing that I just heard Taylor Swift, this is for the best. My reputation's never been worse. Like, maybe this is for the best. Like whatever had to be released, it was for the best. Also, before I even got into this reading, a song that I was channeling was Bambi by Jadena. Bambi, Bambi, my dear, my dear, my dear, my dear, I need you here. Don't get too near, cause there's lions beware. And basically in that song and in that video, this girl Bambi, apparently he did her wrong at some point in life. She moved on. She marrying another man. She's on her wedding day, going up steps, looking beautiful, going up steps to the church and all that jazz. And he's like trying to destroy the wedding, trying to like scream to her like, no, Bambi, no one can take you from me, Bambi, no one can take you from me, Bambi, no one can take you, like doing all that extra shit. So for some of you, whoever you had to release or whatever you had to release might have been a relationship or a person, and this could be the way that they're feeling, like, how could you leave me, no one can replace me type 1111. When I'm saying that, no one can replace me type energy. Better like whatever. All right, so let's get the overall energy for this reading for my fire sign placements: Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node placements. What's the overall energy for this reading, Spirit? That flew right out. Hermit. Y'all are going into hermit mode, or maybe you all have been in hermit mode for a little bit, okay? This is a time for you to be introspective, to go within, to find your purpose or find the reason for certain events, for the way that things went down. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. So yeah, fire signs. Y'all are being isolated for a purpose. And I feel like you're being isolated for a higher purpose. So let's get a few messages out here from Spirit about this period of isolation. Why are my fire sign placements being isolated? Why are my fire sign placements being isolated at this time? What is this reading about? Take it how it resonates, if it's for your career, for your relationships. But you are in a period of isolation, and it's for a higher purpose. This may not be revealed to you yet, or you may be just feeling very much in alignment with your soul purpose, with your divine purpose. Some of you all may be already very highly spiritual people, while others of you might be breaking into your, dark night and going into your spiritual journey now. So we do have you showing up here as the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is an energy of learning. This is an energy of being studious, with the Devil and the Justice. So what I'm feeling with this, especially with the Devil and the Justice, both being major arcanas, is that you're being forced into isolation because you're needing to study your darkness. You're needing to essentially do some shadow work and to balance out. Okay, I'm getting two messages. You're needing to do shadow work to balance out the things that, really need to be healed. But also, you may be the type of person who really takes on too much in life. And Spirit is kind of isolating you so that you can, like, low-key have time for yourself. But also, it's like it's pulling you away from the things that overwhelm you. I'm almost getting this energy of like Spirit putting you in a timeout. Tell me about the Devil and the Justice. Some of you all's vices may involve like going out, drinking too much, partying too much, doing too much of that. And it's caused you to be off balance or off kilter. And Spirit is correcting that by isolating you. So some of the people, Queen of Wands was clarifying that. You a party girl, hot boy, life of the party, like I said. And I feel, okay, wow, okay, this is the message that I'm getting for you guys. Because you have been life of the party, out here doing whatever you want to do, having a great time, turning up. Uh, you cannot hear your inner voice. You cannot answer your higher calling. You do not hear when the divine is trying to put you on your track, on your purpose. Your purpose is being drowned out by the extracurricular, the extra shit that you do. Um, Tell me more about that. It's hard for you to know thyself because you're always surrounded by people. You're always entertaining people. You're always having to put on a certain act or be a certain character. And it's getting to a point where, ooh, excuse me, confirmation. It's getting to a point where it's exhausting you. Yeah, High Priestess in the reverse is what comes out. So this first message is saying the reason why Spirit is putting you in isolation is because it's time for you to get on your spiritual path. It's time for you to get on your spiritual journey. And you are far too distracted by the external things, by the partying, that you do not even have time to learn yourself, to know yourself. And the very first step that Spirit needs you to do on your spiritual journey is to learn and know thyself. They're giving me that Bible verse, study and show thyself approved. What verse is that? They be giving me Bible verses and they know that I am not even. This my ancestors. These are them good Christian ancestors. Yeah, they're forcing you. It's 2 Timothy 2:15, the King James Version. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Okay, so some of you all, I just feel like you're supposed to have this. You have a higher, I'm not going to say supposed to, you have a higher calling on your life. There is a higher purpose that you are supposed to be fulfilling, but you are too busy being distracted by being outside, by being in the streets, by playing, entertaining, like doing everything but what you're feeling divinely guided or led to do. Okay. What is the second message here for my fire sign collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node placements. Eight of Pentacles is the first card that comes out. They're like, we need you to get to work. We need you to get to work. Judgment. Eight of Pentacles. Judgment. Wow. And the Page of Wands. Yo, I love this message for you, high key, because what I'm getting from the Eight of Pentacles and the Judgment card with the Page of Wands is that you are supposed to be in a stage of apprenticeship. Like I said, you're supposed to be studying, but you're also supposed to be an apprentice either to Spirit, or maybe there is someone that you admire or look up to, or this could even be somebody in your family that you're supposed to be studying under or working under. But you are supposed to be in a stage of learning, and this stage of learning is supposed to bring about rebirth for you. The Judgment card is about renewal and rebirth. Okay, so the way that you're doing things, it's supposed to be ended. It's supposed to be shut down. And you're supposed to be reborn, and you're supposed to be putting in this work and doing this exploration with the Page of Pentacles, exploration of self, exploration of your power. You already show up as the Queen of Wands in the first place, but now you're like going back to the Page of Wands. So what I see here is like the person that you are now has to die. You have to go through that dark night of the soul, but you're going to be reborn in the fire element again, obviously. But I'm hearing trial through fire. Not you being hard-headed, you're gonna have to learn the hard way. But I see you like re-emerging as this Page of Wands. So yes, you re-emerge as a child, but it's like you're a child that learns very quickly, and you really come into your power very quickly. And you will have the same, not the same, you will again be in a position of like influence, and you will be in a position where you are like that girl, that guy, whatever, however you identify, you're that, you're them. But it's going to be on such a more elevated level. Like you're going to be spiritually elevated. What I get is like you're gonna be as dope as you are, but your audience is gonna be different. Your energy is gonna be different because the energy that you currently embody, not saying that you're like a low vibrational ass bitch or nothing, but it's worldly, and that's not where you're gonna be after your rebirth. You're not going to be as worldly as you are. You're not going to care so much for material things and for impressing people, even though you will have material things and you will impress people, if that makes sense. Yeah, so let's get into the final message. What is the final message here for the general reading? And then we're going to get into the Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node placements. What is the final message here? We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Swords was flipped over in there too. I'm hearing the song, The Pimp in Me Just Died Tonight. I think, is that Lloyd? And I feel like the reason why I'm hearing that song is because the cards that I see are the Knight of Pentacles, and that's like that slow and steady kind of action towards success, though, towards stability and like financial like wealth. And then what follows that is the Nine of Pentacles, which is that self-made millionaire kind of energy. Oh, that's Jay Holiday. The Pimp in Me Just Died. Now, I feel like the reason why I hear this song, let me see what these lyrics are. I don't know if this has to do with the relationship at all, but the energy that I got when I got that song was this Knight of Wands with the Ten of Swords. And I feel like the Knight of Wands is that playboy kind of energy, that hot, cold energy, that in the streets kind of energy. And you're like ending that chapter of your life. You're closing that chapter of your life. So I just started hearing this song, The Pimp in Me Just Died Tonight. I can't even believe I'm about to tell you this, but it's like ever since I've been with you, things, been changing, parts of me been dying. I just want to tell you about it. Lately, I feel like I've been slipping and you got me tripping. I can't control myself when I'm around you. Any other, I would have been done. Love to the left, the next one. But I can't shake you off. I don't know. Maybe they just wanted me to... I don't know, maybe that song is resonant for somebody, but really the energy that I got off of it was just like the way that you currently present, the way that you like for the streets out here doing whatever you want to do, that version of you is over. It's dying. It's a chapter that you're closing, and you're about to be reborn into this like spiritual powerhouse. You are going to show up like you did before, like very visible, very, sociable and all that. But I just feel like people might not recognize you because of how, look, Ten of Swords at the bottom of that deck too, because of how spiritually powerful you're about to become and how like enlightened you're about to become. And so your old friends, the people that you was in the streets with, the people that you was entertaining before, you're not gonna resonate with them because they unfortunately are not gonna be on the same wave. They're not gonna be on the same vibration as you, and that's okay. That's okay. So let's go ahead and get into Aries. Spirit, please tell me about the recent past for Aries and this isolation that Aries is about to go into or is currently into. Tell me about the recent past for Aries, Spirit. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node placements. In the recent past, Aries, you showed up as the Queen of Swords. Here's that High Priestess energy again. Yeah, this is a very spiritual reading for y'all. And Judgment flying out again. What's in the present for Aries? Seven of Pentacles to show itself, but it didn't fly out. Two of Cups, Nine of Wands. Okay, so for you, Aries, this could be about a partnership, a friendship. Partnerships can also be about your job. Doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but this can just represent a contract of some sort. Tell me about the near future for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Is that Ten of Swords coming out? Yeah, y'all are ending some things, which is interesting because 2025 is the year of 9, the year of endings. So some of you all may have stepped into the new year by, relieving some people of their post in your life. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups because you are choosing to love yourself first, to put yourself first, okay? So in the recent past, we have the Queen of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Judgment. I feel like whoever or whatever in your life wasn't serving you, you finally had gotten enough of it. You have finally become tired of it. You have finally learned that certain situations were not going to change or certain people were not going to change, and you made a judgment call based on your intuition and based on the evidence presented before you. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify that. Yeah, Nine of Wands, you chose to save yourself from a situation. You used your courage to depart. Wheel of Fortune energy, Sagittarius energy. You have the strength in new beginnings. The cycle restarts. So you are having new cycles by ending old cycles. I feel like you are shifting your luck. Y'all have probably heard this before on the channel if you all have followed me for a while. Usually when something ends or whenever you have to like break up with someone, end a friendship, leave a job, it's making space for something better to come. And as long as you were to hold on to that old thing, the new thing wouldn't come through. So some of you all are freeing yourself of the old thing, making space, relieving yourself of some baggage so that you could have new things coming in. In the present, we do have the Two of Cups, which is a contract, a soul contract. It is a partnership of some sort with the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and the Empress. So the Nine of Wands is pushing forward, striving for success in spite of obstacles. The Ten of Wands is the finish line, and after that finish line is the Empress. The Empress is where you find abundance. Okay, so this relationship, this contract, whatever this Two of Cups is, this could be a contract that you made with Spirit. This could be you partnering with yourself, with another individual, with a business. I don't know why I want to say like your higher self, coming back to yourself, partnering with yourself again. realigning with yourself. They're showing me more like an energy of balance, not necessarily something outside of yourself. So this Two of Cups, for whatever reason, I'm feeling it as like emotional balance. Whatever you have to let go of was something that was taking you off balance emotionally. We did have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, so you had to come back to yourself. You had to pour into yourself. So now you are pushing through whatever obstacles are left here in the present, and you are about to come into this Empress energy. The Empress energy is the energy of abundance. It's the energy of fertility, of growth, okay? Motherhood, of birthing. Clarify this present energy for me, for Aries. Yeah, you're taking a new approach to old problems with the Four of Cups. Okay, like I said, something in the past wasn't working. I feel like you've given it several chances, and no matter what you did, it just was not working out. So you are saying no to certain things. You are happily missing opportunities. And I feel like you might be accepting that things are just what they are and people are what they are. And like I said, certain things are not going to change. Clarify further. Okay. Nine of Swords. I feel like whatever this was, it may have been something that caused you some type of stress or anxiety. And you feel like with passing up whatever that was in the past, you are also passing up sleepless nights, and anxiety and stress. So I feel like you all are in the energy of finding the good in whatever it is that you had to release. And I mean, that's nice. I like that for you. So in the near future, we have the Ten of Swords coming out again. There may be some loose ends that are still left untied for you all, because the Ten of Swords indicates an ending for better or worse. So I think there might still be some residual energy, or maybe there's still a few things that you have to let go of here in January, as you come into this new year of 9 of endings. But once you finally put that last nail in the coffin, we do have the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, which indicates that you do receive your happily ever after. This is also soulmate energy. This is a happy, comfortable life, getting what you want. With the Seven of Pentacles being the energy of rewards, of finally reaping what you've sown, okay? So bottom of this deck is now the Nine of Wands. So you are persevering, you are pushing through to see good results in the end. All right, so I'm gonna pull a couple of Valentine Wellness, if this is a relationship for you, just to see what happened here. And then I'll pull a song oracle. Yeah, so in this situation, you are looking for stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility with a palm tree. So perhaps the reason why you had to let certain things go is because you realized that they didn't contribute to that type of energy. You wanted this Ten of Cups energy, this happily ever after. You want that stability, security. You want happiness. And this situation was not conducive to that. So you had to release it. Hand of Cards. You took a risk. You are strategic. You may have had options, or you really explored your options. You didn't show your hand in the situation as well. Maybe this felt like a gamble. Like if you had to leave a job, maybe you didn't have anything else lined up, but you were like feeling that the job didn't appreciate you, or, you know, wasn't giving what you needed. Perhaps it was a toxic environment and you were like, I'll just dip and figure it out. I'll just dip and figure it out. So whatever the case is, it feels like there might have been some risk taken and leaving it in the past, but it was worth it. And speaking of being worth it, the card that comes out says welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. In the present, we did have the Two of Cups energy. So the person, the job, the opportunities that you might be linking up with now are like divinely guided. They are meant for you. They are perfect for you. All right. So Dragonflies at the bottom of the deck. It says be lighthearted. Things are coming to light. adapt, change, and heal. All right, so let's go ahead and get a song oracle for you. But the overall message here looks like you're being forced into isolation, or you have chosen isolation because certain things in your life just were not in alignment with you. They were not serving you. They were not healthy for you. You realized that they were not going to change. And so you did the hard thing. You are choosing yourself. You are choosing self-love. You are choosing to no longer be stressed out and worried behind a job, a man, a woman, a fake friend, whatever the case is. And you are choosing to come into an energy of abundance, self-love, self-care, and you are pushing forward towards your goals, towards your aspirations, towards happiness, towards stability, and towards getting everything that it is that you deserve in life. All right, so let's get your song oracle. And what song message would resonate with this for my Aries collective? Oh, I heard him say by Kanye West, "Wake up, Mr. West." And I feel like that's exactly what happened. Y'all woke up. Y'all woke up to things not being what they needed to be, where they needed to be. Okay. And I heard him say, "Nothing's ever promised tomorrow today." And I heard him say, "Nothing's ever promised tomorrow today." That was a bop back in the day. But yeah, like maybe there was a certain way that y'all thought things were going to pan out, and that's not how they panned out. But I feel like you all are becoming okay with that because you understand nothing's ever promised. But also, if things don't turn out how you want them to, that's okay, because that means that you have space and opportunity to create what you want in your life. So there's really no bad here, is there? All right, so that is your message, Aries. If you would like to hang around for the oracles, I'll be doing that towards the end. There will be timestamps in the comments as well if you just want to come back to them later. But we're going to be doing Leo next. So this is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node placements. If you do not know your placements, you can go to astro.com. It's in the description box below. Put in your birth time, your birthplace, and of course your birthday, and you will get a full chart. If you do not know your birth time, you will still get a chart. It won't have your rising, and it won't have the houses, but it can give you a little bit more insight about who you are. So it still helps to do it. All right, so Leo, we're going to put you at 38. All right, Leo. So what happened in the recent past for Leo? Why is Leo in this period of isolation, Spirit? Okay. And tell me about the present for Leo. Tell me about the present for Leo. Interesting. All right, and tell me about the near future for Leo. Leo, I already feel this energy of like, what is going on? Like, I need to ask you, what is going on? Just based on what I'm seeing here in the present, okay? What's going on here in the near future for Leo? Okay. I don't know who this is for, but before I even flip over all the cards, I feel like you all, someone here is in a situation that is toxic, that they don't need to be in, that they don't need to be giving any more energy to. But for whatever reason, they think it's a good idea to try again or try over with someone. And it's just not. It's just not. Bottom of the deck, before I even get into pulling your cards over, we do have the Seven of Swords. So there is some type of deception, deceit. Someone is being very strategic with you. And that is never great. Okay, because when people are being strategic with you, that means that they typically want something, that their intentions in dealing with you are not pure. Okay, so in the recent past, we do have the Page of Wands energy. Now, if this represents a person, this can represent taking action without thinking it through, really, just jumping into something or just doing something out of excitement, without really having all the facts or really looking into it. We have the Ace of Swords with the Eight of Wands. So like all of this energy is really fast. I feel like in the recent past, you started something. You had some type of success, some type of victory, some type, maybe this was like rapid success, but I'm not sure what this is in reference to. Take it as it resonates. This could be love. Maybe you rushed into a relationship, hopped into a relationship. Maybe you took an opportunity as far as like a job, but you didn't read the fine print, is what I feel like. With this Ace of Swords being a double-edged blade, it's like, yeah, you were presented this opportunity. Maybe there was a contract or something like that, that you rushed into, but I don't think you read the fine print. And what I'm being led to is on this card, there's actually, I've never noticed this before, there's actually writing on the knife. This is the Zombie Tarot. And the writing on the knife says, for the zombie hunter. And I feel like maybe you all jumped into something that you didn't read the fine print about, and you're not a zombie hunter. So you're doing this thing, you're engaged in this thing that you're not maybe qualified to do, or that it's just not meant for you. Let's clarify that. Tell me about this recent past. I just feel like there's a deception happening in this situation, Leo. Could be in work. Ooh, I feel like you might have been put into a position of authority or power, but you didn't read the fine print. So like this could look like being offered a promotion, but it's literally just a promotion. You didn't read the fine print, so you didn't know that this promotion doesn't come with a raise. It doesn't come with more money. It just comes with more responsibility, more on your plate, more work for you to do. This position can also just be like working under the boss, and they're like, the incentive to do it is that you get to learn how to be a manager, but you're like, but I got bills also, so where the money reside? I just feel like you just rushed into this without having all the information, and I feel like this was even designed that way. Like they kind of rushed you into it, pushed you into it because they needed you, but they also didn't want to pay you. Clarify that a little bit more. Yeah, look what I said, because they didn't want to pay you. Four of Pentacles energy. That's that penny pincher. That's that greedy, withholding energy. So I got, and then 4 and 8, I feel like they got you doing double the work for less money in a position of power, but you don't actually have any real power. It's just giving the energy of being played. If this is not about a job, this could be about a relationship where like things have become official, but the person that you're in a relationship with just told you that, just gave you what you wanted to hear, but it doesn't mean anything to them. This could also involve a child. I don't know. There's an energy of just feeling like superior, even though you've been given nothing. So like maybe you're a baby mama or baby daddy or whatever, but it feels like that should mean something, but it doesn't. Whatever this new position is that you were recently put in, it should mean something, and it doesn't. So in the present position, you have two choices. We have the Two of Wands energy here. Okay, so the Two of Wands energy is about taking the road less traveled or continue to do what you are already doing. But there is a choice that you have to make. The cards that came out, one of your choices is to hightail it out of there, okay? To leave the situation quick, fast, and in a hurry towards something that is more in alignment with you, or to stay where you are and be unhappy, to suppress your emotions, and to just act like all is well, even though it is not. Okay, tell me more about this choice that Leo must make. Queen of Wands. This could be a marriage because in the recent past, we do have the King of Wands showing up, and then we have the Queen of Wands showing up in the present. So you can choose to take your power back, to claim your power, to understand that you have power at all, or you can choose to suppress your emotions. But I feel like with the Queen of Wands showing up as the clarifier, Spirit is telling you to stand up. Stand in your power. You don't have to settle for less. You don't have to do this extra work and not be compensated for it. You do not have to take this position of wife or a husband, brother, boyfriend, whoever, whatever position you have been pushed up into. Not brother, but like whatever position you've been pushed into where there's really no benefit of you having it other than the title, where there's no compensation, where there's no happiness there. You don't have to settle for it. I feel like Spirit is reminding you, like, you have your own power. You have your own sovereignty. So stand in that shit. Okay? So, in the near future, you have the Four of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands that were all flipped over, but the lead card didn't flip. And let's see what that is. Three of Cups. Okay? So, the Three of Cups is an energy of celebration. So it does feel like maybe you did stand up for yourself, or you're about to stand up for yourself, or you're going to make a choice that is in your best interest. Four of Cups energy, Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. But I feel like this is the energy that made me feel like some of you might just settle. Some of you all may know about a third-party situation in the near future and just settle for it or be okay with it because you are the wife, or you are the husband, or you are the one with the higher position or the higher title. So it's like you'll ignore the bullshit, even though Four of Cups energy is an energy of apathy, of not being happy with a situation, in order to have a new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles. And a new beginning is going to be one that comes with a lot of obstacles. Okay. So in the present, okay, I feel like this near future energy is what happens if you don't stand up for yourself. Where you settle, where you have this new beginning, where y'all start over, but there's a lot of bumps and bruises, and you're also ignoring what you know. You're also ignoring side chicks or side dudes. Like, you're also ignoring damn, that's sad. I just heard you're also ignoring that you have a higher calling. That's that High Priestess and Hermit energy that's leading this. And underneath the high is the Hierophant. When I pulled that High Priestess off, the Hierophant was under there. So that's just confirmation. If you stay in the situation, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node placements. Some of you all are going to be realizing that you're ignoring your purpose. Some of you all are already feeling pulled, feeling called to be doing something different. You already know that the situation that you're in is not the situation you belong in. It already feels like there's more that you're supposed to be doing, that you're supposed to be experiencing. You already feel like you're settling, and you might not even know why you have that feeling. But there's just something about the life that you're currently living that feels like settling to you, and you understand that there's more that you're supposed to be doing, that you're supposed to be experiencing, that you're supposed to be having. Clarify this future energy. Yeah, Ace of Wands. New doors need to be opened for you. Will to create, energy, inspiration, creation, force, strength, and gain. Yeah, but that's going to come with leaving things behind and not being upset about it. not worrying too much about it, not crying over the spilled milk. So I feel like you can either choose to stay in a situation and you'll be unhappy and you'll always have this nagging feeling that there's more that you're supposed to be doing, or you can go ahead and release what needs to be released. Don't cry over the spilled milk and step through this new door that Spirit is creating for you. Look, Seven of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. So 2 Seven of Swords showing up here. On the one hand, you can be deceived by this person, by this situation, and settle, or you can be the one who is strategic and does the deceiving, who moves in silence to remove yourself out of this situation and into your purpose, into something better. So let's get some Island Time Wellness out here to get a little bit more about the situation, and then I'll pull a song oracle. Hello, love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. Okay? So some of you all are missing out on real love, true love, by settling for whatever the situation is. Some of you all need to start practicing self-love to get out of this situation and stop falling into situations like this. There may also be someone outside of this situation that is interested in you, but you are trapped, you are stuck in this bullshit, and they're actually watching you, wanting you. Someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun, flirting, and wants to date. But you might be over here stuck on stupid in this other situation. If it's not necessarily about dating, there may be like companies or like someone who wants to work with you, but you can't work with them because you're stuck at this dead-end job. You don't have time for it. You don't have the self-love or the self-worth to understand that you deserve something different. And then the last card that comes out is the addiction. This is the codependent card. This is codependent obsession, possession, controlling, has a block or restraint. All right. So some of you all might be stuck in this situation because of codependency or some type of addiction. Maybe you're codependent on them. Maybe they're codependent on you. Maybe there's some type of addiction here that makes you feel like you need to stay and help them through it. But people are grown. Let people work on their shit on their own. Okay. You've done all you could do. You can't help people who don't want help, and that's just period. So the bottom of the deck is the girl talk card. You may need to reach out to your friends, spend some time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. That might be the move for you. So this isolation for you, Leo, may not even be about like spiritual isolation so much as it's about just becoming single. Just becoming single and having the time to love yourself and to pour into yourself and to give to yourself. If this is about a toxic job, some of you all maybe need to be entrepreneurs, or maybe you need to free yourself, become single from that job, okay? Instead of continuing to endure the bullshit. All right, so let's get you some song oracles here. What song oracle would resonate with this reading for my Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node placements? I'm still hearing Bambi. Bambi, Bambi. Okay. Girl, boy, friend, they, them. Guess what song it is? Whoa, oh, I'm in love with Judas, Judas. And what Judas do? He deceived Jesus not once, not twice, but thrice with a kiss. So if you are expecting for the situation to change, to become different, for people to do what they say they're going to do, to fulfill the promises that they have made to you, they're not, Leo. And it's time for you to make promises to yourself, to fulfill yourself, to give to yourself. All right? There are better jobs out there that will value you. There are better friendships out there that will value you and not betray you. There are better lovers out there. There's more love out there that will not have you in third party situations, that will not have you competing with people that you shouldn't even have to compete with because y'all are supposed to be together, living together, and all that jazz. And they still got you in competition with, slags in the streets. No, immediately no. So for you, Leo, what I feel is this is more about self-love, pouring into yourself, valuing yourself, and maybe not so much about the spiritual aspect of isolation, though some of you all may be on a spiritual journey, and this may be a huge part of that journey. But generally, this is about self-love for you. 555, I just saw up there. So there is a need for change for you, Leo. So, as my bestie would say, stop all the frail shit. Stop all the frail shit, Leo. And it's time to make some moves that are in your favor, baby. All right. Lastly, better like not leastly, is Sagittarius. We're gonna put you 56. All right. And Sagittarius, tell me what happened in the recent past for Sagittarius spirit. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node placements. I'm a Sag rising for those of y'all who don't know. So I might get hit with a stray. Let's see. Tell me what happened in the recent past for Sagittarius. Judgment. Already relate. What happened in the recent past for? Yeah. All right. Tell me about the present for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Present for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. And what is in the near future for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node? Spirit, help me channel the messages from these cards. Give me a little bit more clarity here, especially pertaining to that recent past. So they hating, but they broke though. Hey, bottom of the deck is the devil. All right, so the devil. This represents the shadows. This represents addictions. This represents vices. Things that need to be resolved. Toxic energy in your life that needs to be handled and resolved. And that's what we're dealing with here. Okay, so Sagittarius, you all have been forced into a period of isolation so that you can, what I'm hearing is like directly face off, battle with your demons. Okay, in the recent past, you had a wake-up call, or you had to make a decision. You had an epiphany that things needed to change. I feel like this epiphany is one that freed you from a self-imposed mental prison. Okay, so you finally made a decision to break out of this self-imposed mental prison. And the decision that you made, we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups, was a decision that was in the best interest of your feelings, of your heart. This was a decision that you made out of self-care. This was a decision that you made from a place of higher understanding. Okay. Clarify the recent past for me, please, Spirit. Hermit, yeah, because you knew the inner truths. You know, you are someone who knows yourself, who knows the truth. You may have searched your soul to decide. You may have received this information from source, from a higher purpose, but however this transpired, you knew that the best decision for yourself was to do whatever it is that you did. Whatever the situation was, whatever decision you made the decision that was in the best interest of your I want to say, for those of you who are very spiritual, it was in the best interest of your spiritual journey. It was in the best interest of your healing journey. It was in the best interest of your mental health. For some of you, clarify that. Yeah. Some of you all were dealing with someone who was selfish, someone who was childish, someone who maybe told you what you wanted to hear, someone who was selling you a dream, but your isolation provided the space for you to think and see clearly that this person was not going to deliver to you what it is that they were promising. And so you have to walk away. 8 of Cups. Damn. Whatever this situation was, you knew that it was empty, cavernous, that you were being told what you were being told to keep you, basically you were being breadcrumbed. You were being kept in a position until you were ready to be used. Like, not putting you in a Ziploc. What do they think this is? But yeah, you made a choice that was in your own best interest. I'm being told to look underneath the Devil card. We have the 9 of Wands, so you're pushing through obstacles. I feel like whatever the situation is, it was one that might have been pretty toxic and one that came with a lot of bumps and bruises. I feel like you might have, oh my God, you might have taken a lot of L's. You may have taken a lot of hurt, pain when it comes to the situation or to this person. And you are being forced, not forced, but you made the choice after realizing, after having this epiphany, that it was never going to be what you thought it was or what it was supposed to be. Okay, so in the present we have the King of Wands energy. So Sagittarius, this could be you, just embodying this King of Wands energy, being confident, being powerful, being I'm seeing you like still smiling, even though you might have had to leave the situation behind that didn't offer to you what it was supposed to. I see that you're still smiling. And this energy that I'm getting off of this is like 4 of Cups, bored in the house bored card. But it feels like you are happy with the solitude, or you're happy with the separation, or there's just some type of settled energy, or like you're okay. Like I'm hearing Whitney, like it's not right, but I'm okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Because now that you have gotten rid of the dead weight, now that you've gotten rid of the breadcrumber, Mr. Baker man, you do see that there is potential here, that there is growth here for you, that it's giving like what I'm seeing is a garden that it's just all dirt, but the dirt is ready for planting, it's ready for sowing, you know. Clarify this energy. That upside down. It is upside down, but I'm gonna take it. No, they're not all upside down. Okay, I got the 8 of Wands, and I feel like this energy is the energy of blocking. And I feel like something was blocked for a reason. Tell me more. You wow, Empress energy coming out twice. So whatever that situation was, it was blocked. It was spiritually blocked because it would have prevented you from this double Empress energy. You're about to be so abundant. You're about to have so much growth and prosperity, and holding on, waiting on that person to deliver what they claimed that they were going to deliver, to make the promises that they said that they were going to make, you would have never been able to grow in the way that you are about to. I'm hearing, I'm about to take off. Like, you are about to take off, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node placements. Y'all are about to take off. Y'all are about to take off. There's about to be so much growth, okay? And in the near future, you do have Temperance energy, so balance is coming into your life. But not only that, what really got me geeked is we have the 8 of Pentacles, which is that apprenticeship, that is that hard work. This is an energy where it follows the 7 of Pentacles, which is the energy of like reaping rewards. I feel like your money is about to increase. You're about to see an influx in your money. You're about to boss up, and you're about to have a really happy life. We have the Emperor here, so boss energy with the 8 of Pentacles, but then we also have the King of Cups energy. So showing up in this reading is the King and Queen of Cups, and the Emperor and the Empress. So if what you had to leave behind was a lover, there are 2 power couples showing up here in this reading. So even if you felt like the person that you had to leave behind, or that you were trying to have something with here in the recent past, was your person, Spirit is saying that there's other people, there are other high-level soulmates out here for you that are going to offer you the kind of happiness that this person just couldn't deliver. Look, 9 of Cups energy in reverse, because that person is selfish, because that person is greedy. They make mistakes, they're imperfect, whatever the case, but they just weren't going to be able to deliver to you what it is that you deserve. Okay, so what's coming in for you is a higher level soulmate. What's coming in for you is abundance, it's happiness, it's growth, it's more money, it's more opportunities. Your life is going to be more solid, and you just have to release the toxic shit. And that's just what it comes down to. So give me a couple of Valentine wellness spirit. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, but you're going to be over here making new memories. All right, so whoever this person is in the past that you had to let go, they're going to be sick about it. But onward and upward, you know what I mean? Palm tree, because you got something more stable coming in. You got more security coming in. You got something more permanent coming in. You got growth coming in. You got fertility coming in. 3 times in this reading, Sag. Empress energy. Endurance coming in. Something better is coming in. Phoenix energy, new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, and change mind. Yeah, it's all the way up. Like, it's all the way up from here. All the way up from here. Okay, so for you, you're being forced into isolation, or you've been in isolation because you needed to be able to see clearly. You needed to be able to make decisions in your best interest. You needed to understand that some things that you had to do were in favor of your purpose and from a higher space. And that, it's just, the good old cliche in the spiritual community, everybody can't go. And this person, I feel like maybe they had the opportunity to go, but they didn't want to get right. So now they can't go. Clarify the near future for me, please. Yo, I don't know what card that is, where it flew to. Can I see it? Let me see. That thing flew back. Hazel, you ain't no help. You ain't help your mommy at all. Wow, I'm glad I got up to get it. clarifying. Y'all welcome. I did this for you. Clarifying that near future, that temperance energy, that boss energy, that happiness energy is the Ace of Cups. New love, new happiness, new feelings, beautiful friendship, opulence, pleasure. Open your heart and receive the emotions around you. Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You're getting something way better. Way, way, way better. So don't be upset. Don't be sad. Don't be mad. Because something better this way comes. All right. So let's get a song oracle for you. And then we're going to get into the oracles. Okay. All right, Spirit. What song will resonate for the Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node placements? And the song is One Way Street by Janae Aiko. Going the wrong way down a one-way street. Okay, this life is a one-way street. We cannot go back. We cannot go back to the past. Stop looking back there. There's nothing there for us, okay? I made the mistake of looking back. That was a mistake. I should have kept looking forward. But you know, 1111 on the timer when I'm saying this, 111, and then 01. Let's push forward. The only way we can go on this street of life is forward. Okay, so let's get a crystal spirit out here for my fire sign collective. Away. Away. Okay, going the wrong way on a one-way street. Yeah. Going the wrong way on a one. Amber, number 3. All right, so what is the meaning of amber? Look, period. Healing family patterns, releasing karma, preserving the wisdom gained by the lessons of the past, okay? So learning from the past, but not living there, not going the wrong way on the one-way street, but acknowledging that back there was a speed bump. I need to be careful for speed bumps. I need to be careful for potholes moving forward, okay? So the families we come into as infants and the ones we grow up in offer us experiences that yield gifts, lessons about love, about resilience and forgiveness, and about our own power to leave behind old ways and embrace the new. Our current families do this too. By exploring our relationships with family members, we can discover our own strength and wisdom. Amber Spirit is here with a message to reconnect with the wounded story you still recount, one that is a legacy of your family. Can you heal the story and instead tell one from a perspective of love? How beautiful it is to alchemically change the experience of family. This way, you may receive and give love within a family as defined by the heart and the magic of the conscious universe, who sends people your way to make sure you have the caring and affection you need and deserve. Friends can be new family. Reflect today on the love you have created for yourself and how precious you are, a gem like no other. Reflect on the family surrounding you, the guides and manifestations of the conscious universe here to support you and send you love, and then more love. Look to those who choose to offer this gift, for they are your human and animal family. Draw strength from knowing that love shows up always to bring you what was missing from your family in the past. This balm is available to you to heal your family wound that has been hurting for too long. In romantic relationships, we always have a choice to stay or go, to learn and grow, or to move on to a new partnership. If you want to have a different sort of relationship the next time around, Amber Spirit's message to you is clear. Explore your family relationships. The nuggets of wisdom you mine will help you avoid repeating the pain of the past in your partnerships today and in the future. Find these hidden gems of wisdom and strength so that you may enjoy a loving partnership you deserve. Okay? So if you had toxic parents, parents who fought addictions. Um, Try to learn from your experience, even though it was difficult. We did have the devil and still have the devil at the bottom of the tarot deck. And that can indicate a need to, dig down deep into all that trauma and unpack some things in order to have healthier relationships moving forward. Okay, so let's get some soul lessons out here. And if the soul lesson resonates with you, type it in the comments. So what are 3 soul lessons that my collective here was meant to learn from the situations that they've recently had to depart from? Or what is it that they're having to learn from isolation? Loneliness. I know that I am never alone is the message. So loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. Okay. We always have our spirit guides. We always have our ancestors. We always have our higher self. And, we are never truly alone. So if you feel that, especially if you are extremely spiritual or on a spiritual path and you understand the whole ancestor and spirit guide thing, then that might resonate for you. But understanding that you are never alone. I know that I am never alone. All right, what's the next soul lesson? Oh, also the message that I'm getting from that as I look at the picture is that we are all connected. We all have a collective consciousness. So even if you are physically alone, you're always connected to everyone in the world. Okay, you are connected to everyone's consciousness. All right, the next one says purpose. I know what I'm here to do. And like I said earlier, a lot of you are being pushed into isolation because you are distracted from your purpose. All right, so this isolation is to make you see what you are here to do. So in the comments, you can type, I know what I am here to do. Biatch. You don't have to add the biatch, it's up to you. All right, and the last card is perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Okay, so perseverance. The obstacles that you have had to face over this last year, over the last couple years, decades, you're still here. You're still breathing, kicking and screaming, but you might be kicking and screaming, but you're still here. And that is because of your perseverance, because you have a purpose that you need to fulfill and you understand that you can do it if you set your mind to it. Okay? So, let's get some Moonology messages and some Rebel messages. Moonology, what messages do we have for my collective? Your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus, and I talked about that in the astrology as we are rounding out Capricorn season here. It's time to take action. If you want some goals and some aspirations to become realities, you're gonna have to create a practical plan and stick to it. Make it happen. All right. What is the next card? Hold your vision. Don't let go of it. That just falls in line with the perseverance. Okay, so whatever it is that you want to do, just keep understanding and believing that you can, even when you do hit these roadblocks or these obstacles or these distractions. And what's the last message? A personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. Okay, so like I said earlier, there may be some cords or some loose ends that have to be tied up. But I feel here in this month of January, you all are closing out certain cycles or resolving certain issues that will no longer be a distraction. It'll help you refocus on your purpose. The bottom of the deck says, new moon in Cancer, you and your loved ones are safe. Okay, you are safe. So, rebel, talk nice or don't, I don't care. But please, tell my collective what they need to hear. You are the best thing to ever happen to you. Go easy on your ass and buy your own damn drink. So don't be so hard on yourself about the way that things ended, about decisions that you had to make. Don't blame yourself. I mean, what needed to happen was what needed to happen, okay? So take it easy. Take it easy on yourself. Drop the fucking ego. Vulnerability is hot as fuck. Some of you all may be needing to mourn these situations. Some of you all are, because y'all fire signs, acting like everything's all good when you might want to cry, when you might want to scream. You're acting cool as a cucumber, but inside you are boiling. You are boiling, okay? So feel whatever you need to feel. And the last two that you have perfectly come out together, and they say, get out of your fucking head. You're giving your power away. I feel like you all are thinking too much about this. You are maybe ruminating about it, and in doing that, you're wasting too much of your energy. You're a badass. Act like it. Get in your heart. It misses you. Those are the messages on the back of the cards. So stop worrying about whatever didn't work out, whatever somebody didn't do, whatever somebody did do, however you were betrayed or however you think you failed. Let all of that shit go. You're wasting too much energy focusing on that. It's time to get focused on your purpose so you could be a rich bitch. So you can be abundant, so you can have all the things that you deserve and desire. Okay, so I'm going to pull one witching hour, just one, and then I'm going to do a postcard and get up out of here because I'm hungry. I gotta go relax. All right, so which witching hour would like to speak to me? And to the fire sign collector. Look, see, I be trying to say one, and they be like, no, you doing two. But we have Secret Trail. Look, y'all are being forced into isolation because y'all are ascending. Secret Trail is ascension. And then being deep, self-love and acceptance, okay? Y'all had to do what y'all had to do because of self-love, period. Hi, Nita. Nita, I'm sorry. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. All right, so the keywords are ascension, enlightenment, preparation for greatness, because period. And not everyone can go. Didn't I say that earlier? I just said that. I'm not doing personal readings. You'll have to book online if you want a personal reading, but you can ask a question. All right, so Secret Trail. This is the Fool in the tarot. It says preparation for greatness is at the heart of this card. Those who receive it are ready to level up and experience an even greater life. However, as much as we'd like it, not everyone can continue on this journey and grow with us. When you shift and transform, you are silently challenging others to shift and transform with you. Finding your greatness will prompt your immediate community to examine their own greatness. Some will be inspired by you and rise right along with you, and the secret trail will be revealed to them. Many, if not most, will give in to fear, doubt, or jealousy, causing them to stand still or even to shift into a different direction from your path. You have pulled this card because you're about to embark on a new journey that does not include everyone or everything currently in your life. If your question is about a person, you may need to ask yourself if now is a natural time to end a relationship or to establish stronger boundaries. If you are inquiring about your career or business, you may consider leaving your current position in order to start something completely new. In general, receiving this card means opportunities are available to you that very few will ever enjoy. Don't be afraid to take this journey on your own. Period. You'll have to book a personal reading for that, honey. Or you can become a channel member at the highest tier and get personal readings every month as part of your subscription. Or you can become a patron and get readings every month as part of your subscription at the highest tier. All right, so number 44, okay, that is an angel number, so that might be significant to you. Maybe you've been seeing that a lot. Being deep, self-love and acceptance, ownership of uniqueness, sovereignty, or self-sovereignty. Tarot companion is the 10 of Cups, the Sun, and the World. So all very good cards. So that's the Fool, the 10 of Cups, the Sun, and the World. That's a beautiful energy for this reading. And this card says, rejoice. If you've received this card, it's because you found or are very near to finding the light at the end of the tunnel. You have done the work required and have met and overcome your challenges. As a result, you are coming into a period of deep awareness, self love, and self sovereignty, and understanding who you are as well as who you're becoming. This card, this is a card of peace and spiritual or emotional fulfillment. You have embraced all the things that make you you, and you're not apologizing for the parts of you that others may not like or understand. Deep being represents harmony and is a positive card no matter where it appears in a reading. In a reading about love, you can expect a joyful union. This is a positive sign for new love, finding a deeper connection in existing love, taking your relationship to the next level, or starting a family. In a reading about wealth, you can expect to find financial stability. In a career reading, this card means you are in a good place and your current career will lead to happiness for many more moons to come. If you're reading about If what you're reading about is related to a dispute or a problem, this card is a sign that your troubles are coming to a happy end and all will be well soon. Period. Thank you for those two cards, Spirit. I'm going to shut up and stop complaining because that was a beautiful energy for this reading to end on. So let me go ahead and get my postcard from Spirit. And I'm going to leave it there. All right, postcard from Spirit. What message do we have for my collective? Fire sign collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node placements. And it says, Dear you, do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? Maybe you think you need to control everything, or else nothing will get done. Be healed, be completed, etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome, but we don't think that would be a good choice. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set that boundary. Delegate that responsibility to another. Ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with an impossible situation or sticky enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra. I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and it's not my job to cure it. And then carry on. Feels good, doesn't it? And the best part is everything just seems to work out beautifully and honestly in the end. Love you so much. All right, so that is y'all's reading. If this resonates for you at all, let me know in the comments below. If this resonates too much for you and you would like a personal reading, you can book us at SavyCynthia.com. And of course, until the very next time I read for you all, wishing you all love and light. Now go get right, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.